All right, welcome to 3114, and hopefully you have already installed Jupyter from the Anaconda distribution. So I just want to walk through a quick tutorial for how to open that and kind of get started. So what's the first thing you got to do is just go to your programs, find your Anaconda install, and then from there you're going to select the Jupyter notebook. The Jupyter notebook will start this kernel. Don't close this or your notebooks aren't going to work. We can just go ahead and minimize it if we want. And it brings up basically your web browser, and that allows you to navigate through your files on your machine. And you can't open these files directly in your file browser. You have to use this web-based Jupyter version, otherwise it doesn't know to link it to Python. So all my files are in Google Drive. We'll come down here to teaching, and I'll navigate to one of our problems. So what you can do if you want to make a new notebook, you've got to again do it within this browser window. You can click on File, New Notebook, Python 3, and it will create your new file. Right, so from here you can do things like just use it as a giant calculator if you want, 3 times 5, and run it and you get 15. Now I did hit Shift Enter. Oops. I did hit Shift Enter to run the cell if you've forgotten about that. All right. See, the name of this notebook, right now it's just called Untitled. So if you want to change the name, they always come up that way to start, and then you can just go and say rename. Type in whatever you like. Okay, so in this Jupyter notebook, edits and things like that are automatically saved, which is a real nice thing. You don't have those issues with your package crashing on you and you forgot to hit the save button. But you can push the save button, and what that actually does is create a checkpoint so that if you are editing your document and it's continuing to save as you do that edits, and you realize that you've made a lot of mistakes or you've deleted stuff you shouldn't have and things aren't working at all, as long as you haven't hit that save button, you can always go back here and say revert to checkpoint. And this will take you back to the last time you did push that save button. Okay. But otherwise, if I close out of here and then reopen it, it will have everything that I've been doing already in here. So I got to use that revert button. So think of this one then as your major saving button that you only use when everything is working, or at least the piece you're working on is working well. If you want to shut down your notebooks, then you can just go ahead and close them up. All right, you can close this up as well. But what you're going to find is that this kernel is still running. So the way that you close this window so that you can open up Anaconda or Python fresh next time, Jupyter, is just make sure that you've got this active and just hit Control-C 2 times. And it will shut the kernel down, and now your Jupyter is completely closed down on your machine.